wanted to ask you about the Black Lives Matter campaign.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so important to so many people. Are you and the squad planning any sort of show of solidarity before or during this game? Because, of course, it's going to be such a high-profile game. You're kicking the whole thing off. Is there anything planned from you guys?
No, we are due to have a chat about it, in all honesty, because obviously there's all of our players feel very strongly about it, as they do in the whole of the Premier League and the EFL. It's great to see that football gets a chance to come together at times like this and show the solidarity as a group. And our players will have a chat with it, and I'm sure they'll speak to the Sheffield United counterparts as well and decide what we're going to do.
It's something you're keen to do, is it? You personally?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, no, I'm definitely keen to do it, but I believe the lads will be keen to do it as well. Listen, you can't not see what's happening out in the world, and we feel strongly about it, and we've got players who are very passionate about it as well, and they have our full support.
I mean, look, Villa have the honour of being the guys who kicked this all off again, and it seems to me there's been such a clamour for football to come back, in the Premier League in particular. It's actually, despite all that you've got at stake, it's quite an honour, isn't it? It's going to be quite a special occasion.
It is. I think if I was a betting man, I could have chosen this fixture and the Manchester City Arsenal games to be the first two to be played, just so they can get everything on an even keel. I probably foresaw that this was going to be the match. But yeah, it is an honour. I mean, the eyes of the world will be on us, and we're looking forward to it. We work very hard. The players during the lockdown have been very compliant with all the work that we've sent them. And, since the lockdown, the training, non-contact training, now the contact training, the players are itching to get back. The biggest problem that we've probably had over the period of time is having no timelines to work from. So finally getting them fixtures was great to be able to fit in on my fixtures board and get an itinerary plan, because we are people who want to plan ahead, and it's been difficult to do that with no timeline.
How is the squad's mental health? We'll get onto the physical health in a moment, but in terms of their mental health, there's been an awful lot going on in the country, unprecedented times, and we have heard from one or two players across the Premier League who've maybe had concerns about playing in these situations. Are your guys okay? Are there any of them that have voiced concerns? And generally amongst the squad, what's the emotions like at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I said probably 6 weeks ago when I'd done an interview that there's a couple of players who certainly had doubts because, personal problems that they had along with the pandemic. But I think the Premier League has done everything possible to make it as safe an environment as you can get. I think it's safer certainly coming into Bodymore Heath and training than it is going to a supermarket and getting your shopping. The players feel comfortable, feel safe. We're getting tested bi-weekly, and thankfully so far nobody has tested positive at this football club within the 9 tests that we've had. So as I said, the players feel confident. They've been included in all the discussions along the way, as have the managers as well. So we're all set to go now, and they just want to play football. I think everybody's going to have concerns about niggles and and injuries, because we've had such a short amount of time as a group together. The players have been doing their own physical work away from everyone else, but we've only probably had 3.5 weeks to come together. 2 weeks of full contact training, which isn't enough really, but the matches are where we'll find out if they're fit enough or not. But I believe that the group of players that we've got are as conditioned as they can be, and funny enough, I think they'll be more conditioned than they certainly was going into that Tottenham game, because you look at it, we had players who were joining us, throughout pre-season. We had 4 players who were in the African Nations competition, and players were coming in, at different times. So they were all in different areas of fitness. At least we've got everybody, in the one place in terms of their conditioning.